surfaces are a little different. Keeneland differs a little bit from Churchill, and maybe she needed the race, but I don't think she needed to finish 7th. I don't think anyone would argue that. So I think that, you know, and I think many people are going to hope that the pace setup will be better and that she runs, she improves. She's going to have to after this. She's definitely going to be a fatter price at the windows. I still have a little faith in her, but we'll just have to sort of monitor and play it by ear. But definitely a 1.8 at Churchill, you know, for a lot of people, it doesn't seem conceivable that things are going to get any better for Eskimo Kisses. But the Distaff is a race that lends itself to upsets, and it's happened more than on a couple of occasions at Churchill Downs, home of the Kentucky Derby. And, of course, like I said, the most distinguished host of this World Thoroughbred Championship. So we'll find out a lot more about this. Another development that's interesting about the Spinster, as we flip the page here, as I'm pinked out here for the ladies, like most people would for the Kentucky Oaks, is the 3-year-olds. There were a lot of them in here. Chocolate Martini out of the Tom Amos barn. Brad Cox had one 3-year-old filly in here as well. He had 2 entries in here, Tiger Moth and Sassy Sienna. And but the 3-year-olds collectively did not run very well. Not only was Eskimo Kisses nowhere to be found, but the rest really didn't run particularly well. They finished 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 11th. So that's a little bit of a problem as far as, you know, looking at, you know, that Sassy Sienna out of the Cox barn. Obviously now she's probably eliminated from consideration unless there's a turnaround in the training for the young up-and-coming conditioner. And so, again, like I said, Talk VEUVE to Me did a lot of the dirty work, as Matt Bernier had mentioned. In the NBC Sports Network telecast, or the NBC telecast, about, you know, that's not what she wants to do, and she's better off when she won the Indiana Oaks to run in that fashion where she was shooting for a target. She was on the pace. She needed to get out there and show some speed, and she just didn't finish. And whether the Keeneland track chewed these horses up, or these horses are in bounce mode and they're not going to come back from any of this deep regression, remains to be seen if, you know, some of these even are entered into the Breeders' Cup Distaff. But a very disappointing run from these 3-year-old fillies. Now it's a question of, is it Monami Girl, Midnight Bisou, is Eskimo Kisses and these others outside the realm of being top-tier contenders for the Distaff? That's going to be a burning question, particularly if some of these horses are entered and everyone chalks it up as a draw, you know, throw it out, draw a line through this race, things will improve. So we'll just see if a couple of these horses will plug in. Wonder Godot, as I said before, also has been kind of, you know, a horse that's now being considered on the outside looking in, and we'll talk more about it, as I aforementioned, about how I kind of feel a little differently about that, but it wouldn't surprise a lot of people if she would be taken out of consideration given the cotillion. But she wants more distance, even more than the 1.1 and I think the same could be said for Eskimo Kisses. They're not going to get the added distance that they really, really want, I believe, unless they run in the Breeders' Cup Classic, which is probably highly unlikely.